A very good evening to one and all, and thank you so much for tuning in to Tariq Pe Tariq. This is episode 8 of season 1, and thank you for all the best wishes. Thank you, Brinda, Linda, Biju, and many more. So, we are just going to start off shortly in a minute. I've just started it off very quickly so that everyone gets notified and we all are in sync and on time. So today we have many exciting things. I'm very excited to have a very special guest uh, be there for this evening's episode, and this is the finale episode. So I'm going to explain everything that's coming your way. So just stay tuned and thank you so much for all the wishes. I'm seeing people coming up. Jahangir, there's Lovita. Hello, Lovita. Belated birthday wishes. Marita, and so my comments are just getting full. So it's a very good response. Yes, and it's clocked at 10. So we are going to right now begin. We are spot on time and we have like 10 viewers already. So thank you so much, each and every one of you, for coming on Tariq Pe Tariq episode 8 of season 1. And myself, my name is Nigel D'Souza and I'm the host for this evening. And I have started Tariq Pe Tariq for almost more than a month. I've started it on the April 12th. And I just want to explain to you a little bit of who I am and a little bit of my show. So I come from a background where I love to interact and network with a lot of crazy people, with a lot of amazing people. One of which is going to be my guest for this evening, and I've worked in the live music space where I've interviewed a lot of musicians from the independent scene, and I have collaborated with a lot of content creators. And I really wanted to build up something to inspire people during this lockdown. And Tariq Pe Tariq is my baby that I want, like I always wanted to bring out. The name, everything just followed as soon as the lockdown started. And Tariq Pe Tariq is a show that inspires each and every one of you. So all my viewers out there who are still coming in, who are watching this live from every part of the world, from India, from Dubai, from UK, from US, welcome each and every one of you to Tariq Pe Tariq. This is a show that inspires you to do something different, not only during this lockdown, but in every moment of your life. So this is a Sunday to Sunday show, and every Sunday I bring a special guest. So for this month, I have an entire food edition. Okay, I've had crazy guests, some of which are already watching me live. I've had Linda, I've had Regina, I've had Palak, uh, and I've had Prashansa. And tonight, my guest, she's going to be like the guest for the last episode of the food, and it's also a closing of the season 1. So we've had a very exciting journey. I'm really thankful to each and every one of you, and I want you to buckle up, to be ready for what's coming up your way, because I'm really going to bring you I'm going to bring up on screen a very exciting guest from Mumbai. She's a foodie, not by choice. It runs in her blood. It's in her family, and you have seen the post. You have seen everything come up, and you know that she's a Parsi. So yes, you guessed it right, this evening is going to be all about the Parsi culture, all about the Parsi cuisine. So I really want to right now welcome my guest for this evening, Anaita Taraporwala. So there she comes. That's Anaita Taraporwala. Safe ji, Anaita. Can you hear me? So yes, if everyone is able to hear Anaita, uh, that is Anaita Taraporwala, my guest for this evening. The very special guest for my last episode of the entire season and of the food edition. And she's going to show and take us through a very, very different journey, an entire a culture that is so well known to us. So yes, there are people saying, Anaita, that they can't hear you. So I'm not able to hear you as well. Uh, yes. So until this gets sorted out, let me introduce to you about Anaita. Let me just give you a brief introduction of who she is. Anaita is in Mumbai. Obviously, she is, as you heard the name, she's a Parsi, and she's not only a foodie. Okay, she is very good at what she does, and she really wants to give her best in everything that she does, and that's the Parsi element. You're like, I do not have Parsi friends, but I've read this and I've known this, that when Parsis, and I know that there are Parsis, Babajis in this group right now watching me. I know that they give their best, and whatever they put their head into, they make sure that they turn it around and they present it. So, Anaita, I'm not still able to hear you. We really want to hear you, Anaita. Okay, Anaita, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, Nigel Baba. Sebji.
Badu Saru. Badu Saru.
Baddu Sari Gani. Okay.
I think there was a glitch. The mic, I think the mic was muted.
Yes.
So yes. I didn't I kind of didn't figure that out, but it's fine. So once again, welcome, Anaita. Thank you so much for coming on my show. I've given a very short introduction to our viewers and who are still pouring in, who are really complimenting you because they all know you well. But I really want you, for the sake of everyone, to introduce yourself and everything that you do, what you are all about. Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Nigel, for giving me this platform. This is my very first live session. I am a nervous wreck right now, but I think my friends and all have all logged in, so that's easing my tension. So to start with, my food journey, if I can say. My culinary journey started when I got married and I had to fend for myself, cook for myself and my husband. And with all the glitches and all the experiments, I carried on. Then came my two lovely children, the two musketeers, my best critics. And that's how I started cooking for them, catering to their taste, needs, and everything is history now.
Wow, that's crazy. So, how is your experience been in this lockdown, Anaita? What have you been doing for this entire lockdown in Mumbai?
Quarantine, the quarantine, I can say, is basically changed everything. New priorities, new schedules, and the highlight being me experimenting and making my kitchen into a laboratory now.
Wow. So I really want you to tell our guests, like, what is it that you have for each and every one of us. We all know that this evening is going to be special because you're going to touch upon two of your favorite dishes, Parsi cuisines, and I really want you to tell our guests what is it that you are going to showcase tonight on the show.
Okay, so first let me start with the Parsi cuisine. We actually come down from Persia. So what we are presently eating and showcasing is a mixture of Gujarati mixed with our Irani and Persian cooking. Because we came into India in the Gujarat borders where we were supposed to accept their culture. So we have actually taken up their culture, mixed ours, and now what you see is a fusion. And let me tell you, Bawa cuisine is totally out of the world. and nothing close to anything what you must have eaten, Nigel. To
That's
name
sure.
a few, and must be your favorite, the Patrani Machi, Margina Farcha, Sali Margi, sauce, Margina sauce, Lagannu custard, and many, many more. And today, I am going to take you on a little chicken trick, and that would be Margina Farcha.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so before you continue, Anna. Okay, so she's sweetly called Anna by her very close friends. So I know like it kind of gets a little difficult to pronounce the name sometimes, but you could just call her Anna. So I want you right now, our viewers, to make a note of everything that she's going to present, because at the end of her presentation, we're going to have a live Q&A session. If you have any questions regarding the recipes, anything that you have been trying out during this quarantine and you've not been able to put through, you can just put your personal like put your question as a comment, okay, and I will address it to Anaita and she was going to respond. So over to you, Anaita. Over to your first presentation.
Okay, so Nigel, let me take you through my ingredients. So the first thing that we do is we make a little chutney to go upon our chicken. Now, chicken for the chutney, which is this right now that you can see on the screen. Now, what you need for it is an onion, some garlic, ginger, garam masala, and a cup of fresh coriander and salt to taste. That becomes into this yummy chutney that you can see right here. It's spicy, it's tangy, and that goes on our chicken.
Okay.
So here you see the chicken is coated with the chutney. You nicely coat it all over and you freeze it in the freezer for around an hour, or you can say you can keep it in the fridge overnight so that the masala seeps into your meat and keeps it tender too. Now, what we need next is corn flour mixed with a dash of red chili powder.
Okay.
So what we do is we gently coat the masala chicken with the corn flour, which looks like this.
Okay.
Now we take an egg, beat it into nice frothy egg. We dip the chicken in the egg and then roll it into breadcrumbs, which will definitely look like this yummy little leg piece, drumstick.
Wow.
Now, you just do nothing but take a nice hot kadhai with lots of oil. Sorry for the diet people. This is not for the diet people. And you fry it with a nice lid on so that it becomes soft from the inside and crunchy from the outside. That's my leg piece.
So cool.
And now I shall plate it. And don't be shocked by the size of this little baby, because this is the portion which usually a Babaji cuisine has. You go to any weddings or any Navjots, you're going to get this portion as a starter. So Babajis have a voluptuous appetite. So bon appetit. I have made it into a small little meal by putting in some tossed veggies, some mushrooms, peppers, broccoli. Baba favorite again, potato, which we call papeta and not potatoes. So papeta, and I'll just add a little decor of some flowers out here, which I have, or made out of, it's called carrot shavings, and some lemon. And here you go. This is a dish to enjoy with, I think, some beer mugs.
Jamba chalo ji.
Oh yes, Nigel, you're getting it. See,
Yes,
spending a day with me before this, and now you're becoming into a Baba.
yes. I'm going to become a Baba soon. I'm just there, right there. This is so cool. But I really like the way you've presented the entire fried chicken. This is something that is a little different than how it is usually done in other cuisines, and a lot of them are already drooling on the comment section. So a lot of them are constantly putting up heart. They're just commenting with heart because they just love the size of that chicken, and that's how the Bawajis love to have, as you said, right? So
yes.
I want to ask you, like, what is the entire meaning of this name, Margina Farsa? Like, how does it come? How does it originate? How do cuisines in in the Parsi community get their names?
Okay, so Margina Farcha, on a literal translation, would mean a chicken leg piece. And our portion, as you saw, is the full leg, not the drumsticks.
Oh.
So drumstick might be just for, the non-Parsis who cannot actually finish up a full leg. But I'm sure the Bawajis might just tell me, like, toss in some eggs also.
Are you serious about? So what do you have? Like, what do Bawajis have this with? What do they complement the Margina Farsa with?
Basically this is a starter, Nigel.
Okay.
So when we have this auspicious occasions, we sit with a banana leaf, and this is one of the first starters that comes in. So you can imagine we eat this full L-shaped leg as a starter. Wow. So you can imagine how the meal goes around.
That's super. I have known that Parsi weddings and occasions are really, really special. And yes, the food means everything. The food means everything to a guest and the host. So I think this is super cool. Let me just quickly check the comment section. If anyone has having a question, there are a lot of people just want, they want to add their own complimentary touch. Okay, I want to have this with some beers, and that's Regina. Okay, that's Regina there giving such suggestions.
And, cheers, Reggie.
Yes, yes. There's no question as of now regarding this recipe. So I think we are good to move ahead with the second presentation. And a lot of them are really wanting to know the ingredients behind the next sweet dish. And I want you to introduce the name. Go ahead, okay, Anna.
So my next baby would be my ultra favorite, and almost whoever I've got this to taste will agree that this little dessert is coming from the western side, usually eaten as a breakfast, but being Indians, we can eat it on breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, midnight cravings, you name it. And Bawajis can do it. So let me quickly take you through the ingredients. This is so simple, even simpler than my Margina Farcha. The basic only takes 3 basic ingredients. First is yogurt, hung curds, you can say.
Okay. Nice.
Next is my condensed milk and fresh cream.
Okay.
This is it. You won't believe this is it. You don't need anything more than this. So, but today we even have a twist in this. So let's start, and I'll approach to the twist. So we take a mixing bowl. We mix our yogurt, our fresh cream, and our condensed milk.
Yummy.
You know, I'm so tempted to do this and lick. And I don't know anybody who doesn't. Absolutely.
Okay, now this is not fair. I know.
Okay, so this, what I'm taking is equal proportions. So whatever quantity you want to make, everything should measure the same. So this can be done even by a kid, you can say. So let's start mixing this. And here we go. Everything blended well. You can use a beater too. A hand beater, an electric beater. But absolutely, if you see, this is just blended together. Now, this just goes into any molds. You can take your glass molds, but they should be oven proof. So I'll just add so my classic baked yogurt is absolutely ready to go into an oven. But as I told you, there is a twist. So now, being a mango season and Maharashtra and Mumbai getting maximum mangoes, this can be turned into a mango yogurt also. So, same proportion, you put in some mango puree and if you wish, you can put in a little powdered sugar. Since mango has a little tangy flavor and people like their yogurt or say dessert a bit sweet, having sweet tooth people around me, I just blend this little thing again and I take another set of molds and just fill it all up. Yummy as it looks. My kids keep munching from this itself. So the molds are ready. The dessert is almost ready. Now you just need to take a baking tray, keep your molds in that and fill it up with the water halfway through the molds. Okay, and bake it on 180 for around 15 to 20 minutes. Why 15 to 20 is if your molds are small like this, 15 or 16 minutes are more than enough. But if you're baking in a bigger bowl than this also, which I usually do for my family, this is just not going to be sufficient. So I take a 20-minute. Now, when the oven is gone off, you rest it in the oven, not opening it. Let it just stay there. And after another 15 minutes, take it out, cool it outside, then it goes into the fridge to set. Now you have your dessert ready and my plating is...
Okay, now I don't know what to expect.
Okay. So
Oh
now I have my
wow.
molds, which are
So
cooled in my fridge for some time. Oops. Okay. So here we go. Easy peasy. Remolding.
wow.
Mango yogurt. I'll just decorate it a little, which I love to do, with some fresh mint leaves.
This
And
is so cool.
Nigel, this
Yes,
is actually going to be a Jamma Chaloji for you.
yes. You know, I wish I could come through the screen and grab at least one piece of it. Like, you know, there
Here
are
you go.
comments. Wow, this is super, super cool.
So
This is the
grab the one
moment.
you want. This is your original baked yogurt. And this goes as mango yogurt, which is very seasonal. So you need to eat more of this.
Wow.
That's it.
You know, you've already like got this recipe viral. Like a lot of people are like, Nigel, you are so lucky. You know, I think that was a comment by Pooja. There's Viju, there's Marita, there's Krizan. You know, these guys are just like Nigel. You are lucky. I think stop drooling, Nigel. We can see you. You know, this is so cool. You know,
That
uh,
that
Anna,
is
thank
so
you
much
so
like
much.
my friends.
Yes. uh, I think Anna. You surely are going to have these recipes on your page, on your Instagram
Yes.
and your Facebook page. So, my viewers, if you are right now listening to, and if you're watching us live, you're watching me, Anna, and myself live, you just need to follow Anna on her Instagram page, okay, and the Facebook page. So, once we finish the session, you will have the links in the post. But for the Facebook page, let me just tell you it is at Anaita's Kitchen, okay, and that is her baby through which she presents her touch, her personal touch to the world. Okay, so that's Anaita's Kitchen on Facebook, and on Instagram it goes by the name as Anaita Tarapurwala. That's her entire name. Okay, so please do connect to her. These recipes are surely out there. I know you're going to like trouble her. Please trouble her. Please trouble Anna. If you have any questions of anything you want to try around the Parsi cuisine. So, anything you want to say, Anna? You want to add anything to your presentation?
I'd like to just briefly go around my food journeys, which I have taken. Being born and brought up in Mumbai, I'm not purely eating a Bawa cuisine. I
Oh,
have I have grown up with South Indians, and I have a fetish for South Indian food, made me kori roti, Punjabis chole bhature, Christians uh, plum cakes, and we have millions of different cultures that we have adapted to.
okay. This is exactly like you like the Bawajis, like the way they like to have their milk with a little blend of sugar, and they really like it that way. And I think this is exactly Parsis are all about. I've had friends. I'm still in touch with them on and off, but they really blend very well with everything that they do, not just food. Food is like their weakness, and I think our weakness as well, staying in Mumbai.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anna. That was really sweet of you to present so patiently the your dishes, Margina Farsa and the sweet baked yogurt. The recipes are going to be there, viewers, on her page, so do not worry about that. And we are very quickly going to get into the live Q&A session as promised. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly check your comments. Let me see what you guys have been up to. while we were presenting, while we were having our conversations. What were you guys up to on the comment section? And let me read out to Anna your questions, and she will answer all of them live. Okay, and let me tell you, if in case I happen to miss out a question, if in case I happen to overlook a question, okay, it is not by intention. Okay, but do not worry, even after the session we will make sure that it is answered. Okay, either me or Anna, so do not worry about that. So Anna, let's start. Who has a question to pop? Okay, a lot of them are giving out their love to you. A lot of your friends, a lot of my friends, they are just tuned in. They have not moved from their screens. That shows, yeah, how cool were you on the show.
Thank you.
Okay.
So as you read out all the questions to me, I would quickly like to thank all my friends and family. Otherwise, they're not going to leave me in peace. So to start with, mom, my children who have been my backbone, helping me out, guiding me through this, all the clues and tips that they can. Let me start again with all my friends whom I've grown up with. Vaibhav gang, go. Then comes school friends, JB Watchai. Love you all. Then comes my college friends, all my college buddies. And then comes my colony people, all around my colony, Babajis, outside people whom I know through my work buddies. And
all are saying a hi.
Last but not the least, my foodie friends. They very big part to play in me coming out here on live session, because they were the ones who have always encouraged me and challenged me to take up like a new cuisine. We have food groups, Nigel, where we are becoming into another food community as such. And there are a few people who have become very close to me, and they have been like with me in my thick and thin. We are together when we are eating. We are trying out new cuisines, new places in Mumbai to check out. And they are now an extended family to me. So my friends, including Regina, Narita, Viju, Preeta, Mani, Chen, Willie.
Anna, that is a very huge list, and I know that it doesn't stop there. There are a lot more people that you really want to thank. But as you just mentioned sometime back, that you usually like go around spots in Mumbai, with your friends, with your family. So what are the eateries in Mumbai that you suggest? And to start off with, I want you to start off with a Parsi eatery, which has Parsi cuisine, and then talk about any other cuisine.
So the advantage of working in Fort area is that there are multiple Babaji eateries as well as multi-cuisine eateries. So if you're in South and you have a craving for Babaji food, Britannia is there, Idle Corner is there, Piccolo is there, Military is there, Military Cafe, and the list goes on and on and on. But my journey doesn't end there. As my office colleagues are also good foodies, we check out many eateries, even veg. Go to see even Jain, We have a Jain friend. We even check out Jain eateries. And it's so multicultural that you can find in Udupi a full-fledged 9-course sadam, which is a Keralite food. We have this Punjabi food joint, and We have many little eateries on the way, you know. And one more thing, there is another food group of mine. When I
Okay.
travel from house to my office and back, can you imagine we've been connected by food again there also? So
Wow,
to
that's so
all
cool.
my friends and especially to Papa, whom I call, who is one foodie who makes sure that from Churchgate to my Andheri, we are well fed.
Oh goodness. I really miss the names. It's been so long that we've been home. Now that you've mentioned these names, I'm like, when does this end? So that we can just go there. And I'm telling you, for sure, everyone who's tuned in, they have at least once in their lifetime tasted like a Parsi cuisine, or else they wouldn't be here. Because everyone has like complimented a Parsi cuisine right at the start, and I think that's a crazy element of a Babaji. Their food and the way they put their hands into anything.
Nigel, you've not yet seen the craziness of Babaji till you have broken an egg on anything. It is a saying that if you are having any doubts about what to cook, just take anything and break an egg on it. And you're through. Babajis love the eggs, which we call edu. Nobody will call it that. Then we love our potatoes, which are called papeta and not potatoes. So
Okay.
our potatoes and our eggs in almost everything we eat.
That's so you love eggs so much. You're just like you'll add it in every dish. Is that the base?
Or have it on one side. But there are eggs coming up everywhere.
Oh.
Eggs, potatoes.
Okay, so you mean the fried eggs or the boiled eggs? Like how is it? Which you much
Boiled eggs,
prefer?
no, boiled eggs. Hard boiled eggs in anything, or you break an egg on any vegetable.
Oh,
Goes
that's
in
super.
thali, margi paidu, papeta paidu, wafer paidu, you name it. Anything which is available.
That's
Open
that's
the
that's really.
put it in a pan, break eggs over it, and you are through.
I just feel like you're enjoying pulling our legs. Okay, now that we spoke of a chicken leg, I think you're just enjoying pulling our legs because you know that you have it right there. You're like enjoying your meal, and we are here
You have it.
drooling.
I hope you guys could be here. I could
Okay,
open up
so
and enjoy it with you guys.
so that answers like a very big question that I had, that I just asked you. But if someone has to really try a recipe out, someone is wanting to like try a Parsi cuisine out, like what is the easiest recipe that someone could get around? Anything, could be veg, could be non-veg, anything, like just to name a
Uh,
few.
See, patrani machi. It looks very fancy, but the only things required is one chutney, a piece of
Hmm.
fish, and banana leaf. 3 ingredients. Can you imagine? And you sort it.
Seriously.
Coat your fish with the chutney,
Mm-hmm.
place banana leaf, envelope
Mm-hmm.
it, and steam it, and you're through. And it is so tasty.
Mm-hmm. So
So,
do you all sorry, Anna, you were saying something.
no, please carry on.
So do you prefer most of your meals with rice or chapatis, or is there something special coming out from the Parsi platter?
See, usually Parsis prefer rice in the afternoon. So we have
Okay.
a soft machi with khichdi. Then we have our palau dal. We have our curry chawal, which can go into fish, prawns, meat, like mutton. We can have potatoes. We can have chicken. So
Mhm.
5 ingredients one base, and that is your curry.
Okay. Okay. Anything that you've tried different? Anything during this quarantine, during this lockdown? Anything you?
Oh, oh yes.
What
I've
is it?
tried us for the very first time, and I'm super happy with the way kulchas are made. I'm in love with them. I'm being my mom, being a little health conscious. I make it in wheat flour. Usually it's made in multi-purpose flour, but I do make it in wheat flour. And I even got an easy technique to make it, which you can see, check out on my Insta IGTV. I put it up there.
Yes, 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 yes. I have seen that. I've seen that making.
I was so fascinated. I was just Googling some recipes and this came across, and I was so excited to try it, and that came out like easy peasy, and you're done.
That's so nice. That's so nice.
My Insta handle and my IGTV on it.
Yes. So her Instagram handle. Let me repeat once again. It's Anaita Tarapurwala without a space, all smaller case. So that's do not worry about the links. The links are shared. You just need to get out once we end the session. You will see all the links possible there. Okay, so let me see if anyone has a question from the viewers. Let me quickly check. They they really love your demonstration. Uh, you know, like my entire screen is being popped with these hearts. Everyone is just like constantly like, yay, Anna! It's so cool. Okay, so I think Linda asked a question. Dhansak, what is Dhansak? Or how do you say that, if I'm saying it rightly?
Saag. Dhan means rice and saag means
Okay.
vegetable.
Oh.
Don't be fooled by vegetables because there is a lot of vegetables going in, but it also has dal. So dhansak is a dal, and had it with a brown rice.
Oh, healthy.
Dal, we make it in with five different pulses, and you have meat in it, or you have separate fish kebab with it,
Mhm.
or add mutton in it, which is the ultimate dhansak.
Okay. So that's the main key. The mutton is the main.
Vegetables, mind you, because we adapted the Gujarati way, so we have lots of vegetables going in that too.
That's super cool. Have you tried for sure? I think would that be on your page as well? The
Yes,
Dhansak.
of course. Yes,
That's
of
there,
course.
right? Okay, so Linda, this answers your major question. If you're really worried about the recipe, you just need to like uh, poke in right into her account, and you'll find all these recipes there. So I just want to ask another question. Like you've already spoken about the food joints in Mumbai, the eatery spots. We're just waiting for this entire lockdown to be raised, so that we can just hit right there. All the names that you've mentioned, we all have made a note of it. Especially me, because it's been quite some time that I have not been to like a Parsi cafe or a restaurant, right? So, any message? Do you have any message for our viewers? Anything for our general viewers? Anything that you would like to add to the show today?
First of all, thank you for this platform. It means a lot
My
to
pleasure.
me. Thanks for each and everyone who could make it today, taking out
Mhm.
time for quarantine, new routines that we have adapted, and encouraging me, making me feel so loved. And I have a message for all those homemakers. Being
Yes.
one myself few years back, I know that when a woman is a homemaker, she usually loses her identity. as she lives a life of a wife, of a daughter-in-law, of a mother, or a sister, or a cousin. Whereas in the journey, she loses her own identity. So anybody, even if she's a working woman or if she's a homemaker, I would really, really, really ask them to live their life. Yes, duties are there, but take some time out to enjoy life. Life is very short. Taking this
Yes.
quarantine, it's become a little more shorter. But trust me, the mantra that I've picked up on my way is carpe diem. And carpe diem means nothing but living for the present moment to the fullest and thinking of the future a bit. So, women, take out some time for yourself, live your dreams, live your passion, pick up some new hobbies that you've left behind, something like catch up with your friends, a little time, a little thing for yourself. That's it. Nigel, you there? Nigel is frozen in my frame. But that just tells me to say a good hi to all my friends who are still watching me, who have joined in little late or anything. I had my 2 dishes for today, which was my chicken parcha and my baked yogurt. So after finishing this, I'm going to relish on this. So whoever wants, please do come in. I think Nigel is not online, but I think I am still, so I'm blabbering away. And any questions, but I can't see your questions, but I'm asking my daughter to go through it. Being an event company, I think she can manage that. Yes, Dilsad. Is there anybody asking me anything? I think they know me through and through. I don't know what to do next, except I'm too tempted to start munching on these. If anybody wants my recipes, they are on my Instagram handle. I have a few, very few. I've just started off with the IGT TV, so you can go have a look at those videos too. On Facebook, I have my page called From Anita's Kitchen, which you can go check out, enjoy my food. If you have any queries, I'm free to answer. If I haven't shared a recipe for any of those pictures that you see, you can request for one and I'll oblige. I don't know why Nigel is gone off. Pooja, you are asking which fruit tastes awesome in baked yogurt. Okay. One, as you see, the mango flavor. Okay. So the mango is one, which turns out to be an awesome treat where you blend in with your baked yogurt. I have also tried a strawberry baked yogurt, which is super yummy. You just need to add a little more sugar because strawberries are a little sour in taste too. But when it comes with the baked yogurt, it gives you a super flavor. So when it's winter, strawberry baked yogurt. When it's summer, it's got the mango baked yogurt. And throughout the year, you got your classic baked yogurt. Any more questions? I think Nigel is...
Okay, Anna. Yes.
What? is Chapat. Okay, Priyanka. Chapat. I think you've been watching my or following my Insta. Chapat is basically a crepe. The crepe which you make, the thin ones, the egg and milk ones, in which you can actually eat it just the way it is. That's how the Parsis eat. And you can even accompany it with some fresh cream, some fruit, some nuts, and you can just wrap it around. That's it. Hi, Nigel.
Hello.
Babaji. Back again.
Baddu Saru.
Baddu Saru. Wow. Nigel is learning language.
I guess there was a little connectivity issue, but that's sorted out. But I think you were just answering a question. Someone had a question in the comments, and any more questions that were lined up for you after this?
I need to ask my daughter if anybody is asking a question to me. No, that's it. I think.
So let me just check. The comment section for you. If any questions. Okay. No questions as of now. So I think that answers most of the doubts, or the foodie doubts, as I would say, that most of us had. And thank you so much, Anaita. I'm so used to calling you Anna. So thank you so much, Anna, for coming on Tariq Pe Tariq. Today has really been like the best evening. This is the finale episode of the entire food season, and you have just graced it. You've just given your final touch to it. Thank you so much, Anaida, for everything. For all the support back end and everything that you've done. And yes, I truly believe in your message that I need, we all, although it was addressed to working women and family members, but I really take it also personally, where we need to take out some time. I need to take out some time for myself. So thank you so much for that message as well. And I also want to take this time to thank all the guests that have come for this food month, starting off with Regina, who's watching the show, followed by Palam, followed by Linda, Prashansa, and we have Anaita. Okay, so this entire season has been super crazy, and we are really going to have exciting things coming up. I have planned a lot of other segments. Okay, as a food segment was just one of it. So right now, I'm going to venture out even into the music segment. Okay, but next Sunday, there wouldn't be any live session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly also pass on updates to all of you. Okay, so I want you to follow the Tariq Pe Tariq page that you are right now tuned into, and follow me on Instagram. That is Nigel D'Souza _ Okay, and you will get updates all about this show that we have had tonight with Anaita, and every show that has been planned out for the future season. So anything that you want to add, Anaita? I want you to just end this entire season by saying something for all our viewers, apart from the message that you had for us.
Thank you for Tariq Pe Tariq platform for having me here. My very first live show. Thank you, Nigel, for being so courteous and being such a good host. And thank you each and everyone who has joined in and taking the hour of the night. I'm so happy that so many people have come in. I just want to say bon appetit, guys. Bon appetit. Jamma chalo ji.
Jamba chalo ji. Oh, yes. that's I think that's a term that you all can take up, and whenever you greet someone, just say Jamba. Whenever you greet someone with food, just use this term. So super cool. And I would really appreciate you all, tuned in to this live session, to leave a feedback for me, for Tariq Pe Tariq, about this episode in special, for Anaita as well. You can always get in touch with her on Facebook, on Instagram, or you could always get in touch with me. But leave your feedback about the show, about the reviews. There are a lot of people who have given their feedback on the show itself, live, that they really loved your show, your presentation, and your message in particular that you had for them. So thank you so much, Anaita, once again. Thank you so much for every person who in the background has made this possible. Thank you, all our viewers, for coming in, for staying tuned till this very hour. And I really look forward to see you in the future episodes. So take care,
Thank you.
Anna, and please, like I'm right now looking at your table for those dishes, and I wish it was a little closer to the camera. No.
Trust me, I'm just waiting for the cameras to go off.
Yes. So take care. Good night, and have a very, very good week. And let Anaita and her family enjoy that meal. Do let her, and I think you should give us that feedback.
It's all yours.
This is not fair. This is not fair.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Take care,
Bye.
Anaita. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.